Now we're going to talk about quarter note triplet rests. Now quarter note triplet rests look exactly the same as quarter note rests, except what you see above it is you see a little line with a 3 there, indicating that we are playing triplets. And this line, when we're playing quarter note triplets, it runs for 2 beats. Okay, and that's the way I notate it here. And so just like 8th note triplets and 8th notes and 16th note triplets and 16th notes, this is the same type of concept. And so how many quarter note triplet rests fit in 1 bar of 4/4? The answer is 6. Okay, there's 6 quarter note triplets that fit in 1 bar of 4/4, so 6 quarter note triplet rests would fit in 1 bar of 4/4. So just take a look at exercise 1. Visually, you're going to see what 6 quarter note triplet rests look like in a whole bar of music. Now, if I wanted to, I could have put 12 8th note triplet rests or 16 16th note rests or whatever, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what this looks like here. Okay, now let's take a look at exercise 2. Exercise 2, we have a quarter note triplet rest on the 2nd note. Now, where is that in the bar? How do you know where that is, and how do you count that? Basically, the way I count this, and this is what we talked about before when we talked about quarter note triplets, is I count the 8th note triplets. And so that note would be on the let, or the ah of 1. Okay, so 1 and ah. So we rest on the ah of 1 when counting triplets. Now the second rest is the last note within the bar, and that is on the and of 4. Like I said, I count this in 8th note triplets. So rhythmically, let's just play this one. I'm going to play it for you guys at 60 and 100 beats per minute, and you'll hear how it sounds, and you'll see the little counter going along with me, and hopefully that'll visually, get it processed within your brain so you'll actually understand how these are coming together. Because resting with quarter note triplets is not an easy thing to do, just because the note spacings are different, and it's just very, very different than resting with quarter notes. It's not as easy as it sounds. So there's a reason I put it after 30-second note rests. All right, let's do this one at 60 and then again at 100 beats per minute. Number 3, we're going to start moving our quarter note triplet rests around the kit, or moving the actual notes we play around the kit, but not playing the quarter note triplet rest. And this is challenging for any drummer. This is very challenging for me even to write these and then to actually practice them and see, where is this stuff landing? Especially with a very slow quarter note click. And so you'll take a look at exercise 3. We're playing a snare drum note on count 1. Then we have the tom on the ah of 1. Okay, then we have a rest on the let of 2, or the and of 2. And then we have a rest on count 3. And then we have a mid-tom on the ah of 3. And then the low tom on the and of 4. Or the trip of 4, and this is on the let of 3. So best thing for you to do is go really slow and count 8th note triplets without any click. Once you get it to a certain point, put on the click track at 60 beats per minute, and count 8th note triplets along with it, and then just play the actual exercise. That's the easiest way to do it, and eventually you'll get it to the point where you can just stop counting, and now you just play it naturally, and that's where you want to be. You want to be able to get to that point where you can play it naturally and feel the rests and just kind of like not miss a beat. It's very, very difficult, but I believe you can do it with a lot of practice. So I'll play this for you guys at 60 and 100 beats per minute. Exercise 4 starts to use our quarter note triplets as a beat, and we're basically just dropping off the last quarter note triplet, which lands on the trip of 4 or the and of 4. Again, start this slow and eventually you'll get it. So I'll play it for you guys at 60 and 100 beats per minute. And the final exercise takes exercise 4 and exercise 3 and combines them to make much, much more challenging one. So we have the beat for bar 1, and then we have the quarter note triplet fill for bar 2. It's going to feel like you're off the click when you first start playing. So it's going to sound so funky, and that's why you're supposed to count the eighth note triplets along with it and really, really internalize what it feels like to take a break from playing a note as far as a quarter note triplet. Because quarter note triplets on their own are hard to play, just when you play every single note. When you have to play certain notes and leave other ones out, that's even more of a challenge because you have to remember where you were within the bar and where the quarter note triplets actually land or don't land in this case. So I'll play this one for you guys at 60 and 100 beats per minute. So that is how you count quarter note triplet rests, and that's what quarter note triplet rests look like. And you've pretty much gotten through all the rests now. So what I want you to do, just to complete it, is go through these at 60 and 100 beats per minute. Get them to 100 beats per minute and play it perfectly for 2 minutes straight. Once you've done that, you can move on to the next section.